Welcome back, old coins price, as we dive into some of the rarest and most valuable coins you might just have lying around in your pocket change. Today, we're taking a closer look at an extraordinary penny that has left collectors in awe. We're talking about the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that has fetched a whopping $1.1 million at auction. That's right, a simple penny worth over $1 million. So, what makes this little copper coin so valuable, and could you be holding one without even knowing it? Let's find out. First, let's take a quick trip back to 1984. Ronald Reagan was president, Ghostbusters was a hit in theaters, and the US Mint was busy producing billions of pennies. But among these coins, a few special ones were born, and they stand out for one big reason: they have no mint mark. A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that shows where it was produced, such as D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But when it comes to the 1984 Lincoln penny, the ones with no mint mark were made in Philadelphia. Normally, these coins aren't anything special, but for collectors, the 1984 no mint mark penny has a story and a value like no other. So, what exactly makes this 1984 penny so valuable? It's not just the lack of a mint mark, it's a rare error on the coin's design. One of the most significant features of the 1984 no mint mark penny is a doubling error on Abraham Lincoln's ear, known as a double die error. If you look closely at Lincoln's ear, you'll notice a distinct doubling. This error is what makes this penny highly sought after by collectors. Coin experts call this the 1984 double ear Lincoln penny, and it's this tiny detail that transformed a common coin into one worth over $1 million. Let's talk about the value. The 1984 no mint mark penny isn't just rare, it's a high-demand coin in near-perfect condition. Coins with the doubled ear error in mint state, which means they're in almost perfect, uncirculated condition, can go for thousands of dollars. But the 1984 penny we're talking about, which sold for $1.1 million, was a flawless gem. It received one of the highest grades possible from grading services like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, and that's what helped it reach such an astronomical price at auction. This particular penny was in such incredible condition, and with that rare error, it turned into $1 million treasure. This proves that even the smallest coin, if rare and pristine, can be a valuable asset. Now, the big question is, could you have a 1984 no mint mark penny worth millions sitting in your piggy bank or coin jar? Let's find out how you can check. First, grab any 1984 penny you might have. Then, look for the mint mark. If it has a D or S on it, it's from Denver or San Francisco, and it's not the $1 million coin we're looking for. But if there's no mint mark, you could be holding a penny from the Philadelphia Mint. Next, you'll want to carefully examine Lincoln's ear. If you see a noticeable doubling on the ear, that's the key indicator of the rare error. You might be looking at something worth a lot of money. So, you found a 1984 no mint mark penny with the doubling error. What's next? First, you'll want to have the coin professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. The grade will determine the condition of your coin, which is crucial in determining its value. From there, you can either hold on to it as an investment or auction it off at one of the major numismatic auctions. If you have a coin in top-notch condition with the rare doubling error, you could be looking at a huge payday. Who knows, your penny might just be the next $1 million sale. To wrap things up, the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny is an incredible example of how a small error on a simple coin can make it worth millions. It's a reminder to always check your pocket change, you never know what treasures you might find. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. Who knows, the next $1 million coin could be hiding in your pocket right now. We're talking about a very special Lincoln penny, yes, the 2008 no mint mark Lincoln penny, which could be worth up to $1.2 million. You heard that right, $1.2 million for a penny. But what makes this penny so valuable? Stay tuned, because we're about to dive deep into the history, rarity, and everything else you need to know about this amazing coin. Let's get into it. So, let's start with the basics. The 2008 Lincoln penny is a part of the famous Lincoln Memorial Penny series that ran from 1959 to 2008. You probably recognize it because it's the classic penny with Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Now, if you're wondering what no mint mark means, let me explain. When a penny has no mint mark, it means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is one of the key mints in the US. However, most of the time, pennies from Philadelphia are not super rare. So what makes this particular penny from 2008 so unique? Here's where things get exciting. The reason this 2008 no mint mark penny can be worth as much as $1.2 million comes down to a few key factors: rarity, condition, and errors. That's right, some pennies are more than just spare change, they can be rare collector's items if the right conditions are met. Firstly, not every 2008 penny is worth this much. The ones that bring in the big bucks often have a very specific, rare minting error. In the case of the 2008 no mint mark penny, there were reports of misstrikes or double die errors that make these coins extremely valuable. These kinds of minting mistakes are highly sought after by collectors because they are one of a kind. So what's a double die error, and why does it matter? A double die error happens when the coin's design is imprinted twice but slightly off alignment. It results in noticeable doubling of the image or text on the coin. This error is particularly rare on modern coins, especially on pennies like this one from 2008. This makes it incredibly desirable among collectors. A 2008 penny with a double die error in pristine condition, graded at mint state 68 or higher by professionals, can fetch that $1.2 million price tag. It's all about rarity and perfection here. Condition is key. If you have a 2008 no mint mark penny with a minting error, the value can fluctuate wildly based on the condition of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, uncirculated coin. The 2008 no mint mark Lincoln pennies that have sold for millions were in exceptional condition, often graded between MS68 and MS70. These coins are literally as close to perfect as you can get, and that's why collectors are willing to pay such high prices for them. Now, the big question: how do you know if you have one of these rare 2008 pennies worth up to $1.2 million? Well, it's not as easy as pulling out your change jar. First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to carefully inspect your 2008 pennies. You're looking for signs of a minting error, like the double die we mentioned earlier. Check the lettering in Lincoln's face for any signs of doubling or misalignment. If you think you found something, the next step is to get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will authenticate the coin, check for errors, and give it an official grade, which will determine its value. Okay, let's say you've struck gold, or, well, copper in this case, and you've got a valuable 2008 penny. Where can you sell it? The best places to sell rare coins are auctions, either online platforms like eBay or at specialized coin auction houses like Heritage Auctions. You could also approach a reputable coin dealer, but make sure you have a professional appraisal so you know what your coin is worth going into any sale. So before we wrap up, here are some final tips for all you aspiring coin collectors out there. Always handle your coins carefully, preferably with gloves, to avoid damaging them. Keep them stored in protective holders to preserve their condition. And remember, not every rare coin is obvious, so always double-check your spare change for potential hidden treasures. You never know, your next penny could be worth a fortune. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something new today about the 2008 no mint mark Lincoln penny, smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more valuable coin content. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin, and what other coins you'd like me to talk about next. We're talking about one of the most exciting discoveries in coin collecting, the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's valued at a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. That's right, one penny worth over $1 million. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency for over a century, but what makes a simple penny from 1986 so incredibly valuable? What should you be looking for in your pocket change? And how does a no mint mark penny become one of the most sought-after coins in the world? Don't go anywhere, because in this video, we'll answer all of those questions and break down exactly why this 1986 Lincoln penny is worth an unbelievable $1.3 million. First, let's dive into a bit of history. The Lincoln penny was first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, various changes have been made to its design and composition, but the basic idea has remained the same. In 1986, pennies were primarily minted at two locations: the Denver Mint, which uses a D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint, known for its proof coins with an S mint mark. However, pennies minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1986 didn't have any mint mark at all, as the Philadelphia Mint traditionally didn't mark its pennies. Now, you might be wondering, if no mint mark Philadelphia pennies were common in 1986, how did this one become so valuable? Well, this is where rarity and condition come into play. The value of this specific penny skyrocketed due to its near-perfect condition, known in the coin world as MS68, which stands for Mint State 68. To give you some perspective, the highest grade on the scale is 70, so a 68 is extremely rare, especially for a coin that's been in circulation for over 3 decades. Coins with this level of preservation are considered virtually flawless to the naked eye, with sharp details and no visible scratches, stains, or blemishes. Only a handful of these coins have been graded at such a high level, making them extremely valuable to collectors. So, how did this penny reach the staggering price of $1.3 million? Let's take a quick trip to an auction house. In 2022, a collector who had a deep passion for U.S. coins placed a winning bid of $1.3 million for this 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. The combination of its rarity, immaculate condition, and historical significance made it a once-in-a-lifetime piece. So, does this mean you should start digging through your penny jars hoping to strike it rich? Absolutely. But, here's what you need to keep in mind when looking for a valuable 1986 penny. First, check for the mint mark or lack thereof. A 1986 penny without a mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. But remember, most of these pennies are only worth their face value unless they're in pristine condition. To truly cash in, your penny must be in near-perfect mint state, like the one that's sold for $1.3 million. Keep an eye out for sharp details, no scratches or smudges, and ensure it hasn't been cleaned, as that can actually lower its value. Now, if you think you've got a valuable 1986 penny, your next step is to get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Grading services will evaluate your coin's condition and give it an official grade on a scale from 1 to 70. This certification not only helps you understand its worth but also boosts its value for potential buyers. And when it comes to selling, rare coins like this can fetch millions at auction, as we've seen. So, make sure to have your coin properly graded before you start looking for a buyer. While the $1.3 million penny is definitely the crown jewel, there are other 1986 pennies that can be worth a pretty penny too. Coins graded at MS67 or MS66, while not as rare, can still fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 at auction. So, even if your penny doesn't hit the $1 million mark, it could still be worth more than you think. So there you have it, folks. The incredible story of the 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth a whopping $1.3 million. It just goes to show that even the smallest coin in your pocket could hold immense value if you know what to look for. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips and the latest news on rare and valuable coins. And remember, always keep an eye on your pocket change, you never know when you might find a hidden treasure. We're going to dive deep into why this particular penny is so valuable, what makes it stand out, and how you might just have a hidden fortune sitting in your change jar. Asterisk first, let's talk about the history of the Lincoln penny. The iconic Lincoln design has been around since 1909, and it's one of the most recognized coins in American history. By the year 2000, over 1 billion pennies had been minted, but not all of them were created equal. Typically, U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark that identifies where they were produced. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, some coins, especially pennies, have no mint mark, which can make them very intriguing to collectors. But why is the 2000 no mint mark penny worth so much? One of the main factors that drives up the value of a coin is its rarity. While there were many pennies minted in 2000, only a select few have specific characteristics that make them highly sought after. These no-mint mark pennies were mostly struck in Philadelphia, but the key to their high value lies in their flawless condition, grading, and possible errors. The condition of the coin, also known as its grade, plays a major role in its value. A penny in circulated condition, meaning it's been used and worn down over time, is worth very little. However, a penny that has never been circulated, a mint state penny, especially one graded near perfect, can skyrocket in value. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Some of the 2000 no-mint mark pennies have known minting errors, mistakes made during production that are incredibly rare. These errors could include things like doubling, where part of the image appears to be stamped twice, or off-center strikes. These errors are what can transform a penny that might only be worth a cent into a coin valued at over $1 million. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for such rare finds, making coins like the 2000 no-mint mark penny worth $1.4 million if it's in pristine condition and features one of these unique errors. The $1.4 million price tag on the 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might sound unbelievable, but rare coins have been sold at record-breaking prices at major auctions. High-end collectors and investors are always on the lookout for coins like this, especially those with historical significance or rare minting errors. In recent years, one of these rare 2000 no-mint mark pennies was sold at auction for an incredible $1.4 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies ever sold. So, how can you tell if the 2000 penny in your pocket is worth $1.4 million? Well, here are a few things to look out for. If there's no letter under the date, it's likely minted in Philadelphia. The closer it is to mint state, the more valuable it becomes. Look for coins with no scratches, wear, or discoloration. Use a magnifying glass or take the coin to a professional to check for doubling, off-center strikes, or any other minting mistakes. If you suspect your penny is a rare find, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded. A high grade can make a world of difference in its value. The next time you're rummaging through your spare change, keep an eye out for that 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. It might just be the key to a hidden fortune. Who knows, your next trip to the grocery store could leave you $1.4 million richer. We talk about rare coins that could make you rich. Imagine holding a penny in your hand that's worth a staggering $1.5 million. You heard me right, one single penny worth millions of dollars. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the story behind the 2060 mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's valued so highly, and what makes it so rare. So, if you're a fan of coins or just curious about how an everyday penny can turn into a fortune, stick around, because this story is incredible. Let's first talk about the basics. The 2060 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, indicated by the D mint mark below the date on the obverse, or front, of the coin. To most people, this penny looks like just another one you'd use for your morning coffee or to pay for parking. But for a few lucky collectors, some of these pennies have become absolute treasures. But how did it happen? The Lincoln penny has a rich history dating back to 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, the Lincoln penny has seen multiple changes in design, but the iconic image of President Lincoln on the obverse has stayed the same. Now, fast forward to 2006. By then, millions of pennies were minted every year, especially at the Denver Mint. So, why would a coin from this year become so incredibly valuable? Let's talk about one key reason: rarity. Coins that are rare or have unusual errors are like gold in the coin collecting world. Sometimes, an error during the minting process results in a small number of coins that are one of a kind, making them highly sought after by collectors. The 2060 Lincoln penny we're talking about today falls into that category, and the reason it's so valuable is due to a very specific and unique mint error. The 2060 penny that sold for $1.5 million was not your typical Lincoln penny. It had a rare minting error known as a striking error or planchet flaw. In some cases, pennies were mistakenly struck on foreign planchets, like those used for dimes or other denominations. The coin in question is believed to have been struck on a planchet intended for another coin, leading to the wrong size or weight. These types of errors make a coin extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. In this case, $1.5 million. So, how can you tell if the penny in your pocket or coin jar is worth a fortune? First, check the mint mark. You're looking for a D below the year 2006. But, more importantly, you need to examine the coin for any minting errors. Common errors include doubled dies, off-center strikes, or the penny being struck on an unusual metal planchet. You'll need to use a magnifying glass or even send it to a professional coin grading service to evaluate its condition and determine if it's an error coin. Also, weigh the coin if possible. Any difference in weight from a regular penny could indicate it was struck on the wrong planchet. Another key factor in determining a coin's value is its condition, also known as its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state. If you think you found a valuable 2060 penny, sending it to a grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, is a must. A higher grade can dramatically increase the value of your coin, especially if it's a rare error. Coin collectors, especially those specializing in error coins, are willing to pay massive amounts for these rare finds. The 2060 penny we're talking about today sold at auction for an astounding $1.5 million. Why? Because of its rarity, the error involved, and the pristine condition it was found in. Error coins like this are often once-in-a-lifetime finds, and that makes them incredibly valuable in the eyes of collectors. So, how can you find one of these valuable pennies? Start by checking your change. Yes, seriously. Pennies are often overlooked because of their small denomination, but they can sometimes hold incredible value. It's like winning the lottery, but you have to be lucky enough to find one. Search through rolls of pennies, especially from the year 2006, and keep your eyes peeled for mint marks and errors. Imagine finding a 2006 mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth $1.5 million in your spare change. It's possible, and as coin collectors know, treasure can be hidden in plain sight. So, next time you're going through your coins, take a closer look. Who knows, you might just have a small fortune sitting in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. We're diving into a true gem that's worth way more than a penny. We're talking about the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could fetch an astonishing amount on the market, possibly in the millions of dollars. You heard that right. A simple penny from 1980, without a mint mark, could make you rich. So, stick around until the end to learn everything you need to know about this incredible coin, how to spot it, and what makes it so valuable. Let's get started. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, but the 1980 version holds a special place in coin collectors' hearts. But why? First, let's talk about the design and its history. The 1980 Lincoln penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side shows the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was in place from 1959 until 2008. These are everyday coins, and millions of them were minted. So why is the 1980 no-mint mark penny so valuable? Now, let's discuss what no-mint mark means and why it's important. Normally, U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark indicating where they were produced. For example, a D means Denver, and an S stands for San Francisco. But if a coin doesn't have a mint mark, it usually means it was minted in Philadelphia. But here's the catch: not all Philadelphia pennies are worth big money. What makes the 1980 no-mint mark penny stand out is its scarcity and perfect condition, and other key factors we'll explore next. Here's the part you've been waiting for: why is this penny worth so much? First and foremost, condition is everything in the coin world. Most pennies from 1980 have been in circulation for years, meaning they've suffered wear and tear. However, if you come across a 1980 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you've hit the jackpot. These coins are graded on a scale by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, with the highest grade being mint state, MS 70. The closer your penny is to this perfect grade, the more valuable it becomes. Although millions of 1980 pennies were minted, finding one in mint condition is extremely rare. As time goes on, more coins get damaged, reducing the number of perfect examples in circulation. This rarity drives up the value significantly. 1980 might seem like a recent year compared to ancient coins, but over time, this penny has gained popularity among collectors due to its relative scarcity and the increasing demand for older U.S. coins. With collector demand growing, the market value of these rare pennies has shot up, making them potential million-dollar coins at auctions. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? Here's what to look for. First, look closely at the front of the penny, just below the year. If there's no mint mark, you may have a Philadelphia minted coin. Next, take a close look at the condition. Is the penny free of scratches, dings, or discoloration? If your penny looks shiny and new, it could be a candidate for grading. If you think your penny is in excellent condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS, or they will assign a grade, which is essential in determining its value. Finally, do some research on similar coins that have sold at auctions. Coins like the 1980 no-mint mark penny in top condition have been known to sell for astronomical prices, sometimes in the millions of dollars. Before we wrap up, let's quickly mention a few other pennies that could be worth a fortune. If you love coin hunting, keep an eye out for these rare finds. Only a handful were accidentally minted in copper instead of steel, and they can sell for millions. The unique doubling error on these coins makes them highly sought after by collectors. Another famous error coin, known for its distinct doubling effect on the date and lettering. So, there you have it, the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln Penny, a tiny treasure that could be worth millions of dollars. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned expert, always be on the lookout for this rare penny. You never know, your pocket change could hold a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Also, leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're planning to check your 1980 pennies now. We dive into the most valuable and rare coins you might just have hiding in your collection. Today, we're talking about the 1991 D-Mint mark Lincoln Penny, a seemingly ordinary penny that has taken the numismatic world by storm with a jaw-dropping market value worth millions of dollars. That's right, folks, you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. This humble penny right here, minted in Denver, could be worth an unimaginable amount if it possesses certain key traits. But before we dive into the reasons why this coin is so valuable, let's first talk about the history behind the 1991 D-Mint mark Lincoln Penny. The 1991 Lincoln Penny was part of the ongoing series of pennies featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design that has been in use since 1909. The D-Mint mark indicates it was produced in the Denver Mint, one of the two main facilities responsible for penny production in the U.S. during that period. 1991 wasn't exactly a standout year for penny production, with millions upon millions of these coins flooding circulation. But it's not the sheer volume of pennies produced that's important. It's the small minting mistakes or rare variants that can turn this coin into a million-dollar treasure. So, you may be asking, what makes a 1991 D penny worth millions when most are only worth 1 cent? The answer is simple: rarity and condition. But more specifically, there are a few known minting errors that make some 1991 D pennies exceptionally valuable. First, one of the most sought-after variations is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, leaving a slightly shifted or doubled appearance on the lettering or image. Collectors go crazy for these kinds of mistakes because they are incredibly rare, and in perfect condition, a double-die penny from 1991 D can fetch a fortune at auctions. Other valuable traits include pennies with off-center strikes, planchet errors, when the blank metal sheet is flawed, or even coins struck on the wrong metal. All of these errors combined with excellent mint state or proof-like conditions can make your 1991 D penny worth thousands, or even millions. Alright, now that we know why these pennies are so valuable, let's get into how you can spot one in your collection. The first thing you'll need is a good magnifying glass or microscope to inspect your coin closely. Pay attention to the date and mint mark first, and confirm you have the D mint mark. Then, carefully check for any doubling in the letters or numbers. This is a clear sign of a valuable double die error. Also, check the alignment of the design. If anything seems off-center or you spot unusual metal patterns, you might have a mint error on your hands. Once you believe you've found a rare penny, the next step is getting it professionally graded. The value of your coin can significantly increase if it's in mint or near mint condition. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC are trusted by collectors and buyers to authenticate and grade your coin's condition, which directly impacts its value. For example, if your 1991 D penny is in MS65 condition or higher, meaning it's nearly flawless, you could be looking at a multi-million-dollar coin. In recent years, the highest graded and rarest 1991 D pennies have fetched staggering prices at auction. One particularly rare specimen was sold for over $1.4 million due to its pristine condition and unique error. These sales set new records in the world of coin collecting and have collectors everywhere hunting for their own 1991 D penny. So, if you think you've got one, get it checked out, you could be the next millionaire. So, you've got your penny graded and it's worth a small fortune. What's next? Here are a few tips for selling your rare coin. High-end auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers are great places to sell rare coins. They have access to wealthy collectors willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. A reputable coin dealer can help guide you through the selling process and ensure you're getting the best price. Websites like eBay or specialized numismatic platforms are great for reaching a wide audience of collectors. Just make sure you do your research and choose trusted buyers. And there you have it, folks. The 1991 D-Mint Mark Lincoln Penny could be your golden ticket to millions. It's always worth checking your pocket change or old coin collections. You never know what treasure you might uncover. If you enjoyed this video and want more content on rare and valuable coins, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. We have a real treat for you. Imagine finding a penny that's worth more than you ever thought possible. I'm talking about the 1984 D-Mint Mark Lincoln Penny, which some collectors have valued at an astonishing $1 million price. That's right, one little penny could potentially change your life. So, if you have a jar of pennies lying around, you might want to pay attention to this video because your next discovery could be worth a fortune. Let's start by breaking down why the 1984 D Lincoln Penny is such a hot commodity in the coin collecting world. First, let's talk about the mint mark. The D stands for Denver, where this particular penny was minted. Now, it's not just any 1984 D penny we're talking about, it's the rare, mint condition versions that are skyrocketing in value today. But what makes these coins worth so much? Let's dive into the details. The Lincoln Penny, with Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile on the front, has been around since 1909. The 1984 D penny is part of this long-standing tradition, but there's something particularly special about this coin. Millions were minted that year, but only a handful of 1984 D pennies are considered extremely valuable. Why? Because of their condition and rare errors that occurred during the minting process. Let's get into the exciting stuff. What makes these pennies worth so much money? For starters, if your 1984 D penny is in mint state, meaning it's been perfectly preserved since it was produced, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. But even more exciting is that some of these pennies have rare minting errors that make them even more valuable. Minting errors can be anything from slight misalignments, double dies, or other imperfections that make the coin one of a kind. So, what kind of errors are we talking about? One of the most sought-after errors on the 1984 D penny is known as the double ear Lincoln. If you look closely at Lincoln's ear, you might notice what looks like a second outline, a doubling effect that happened during the minting process. This small but significant error can drastically increase the coin's value to collectors. Now, let's talk about the big question: how much is this penny really worth? While a regular 1984 D penny in circulation might only fetch you face value, the ones with minting errors or those in pristine condition can be worth a small fortune. In fact, some 1984 D pennies have been sold at auctions for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in exceptional cases, we're talking about the rarest finds that collectors have valued at over $1 million. That's right, imagine paying a penny for a soda in the 80s, only to find out today that the very same penny is worth more than your house. It's the thrill of the hunt that makes coin collecting so exciting. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if my 1984 D penny is worth something? Here are a few quick steps to follow. Look for that small D just below the year on the front of the coin. This tells you the coin was minted in Denver. Get a magnifying glass and inspect Lincoln's ear closely. If you notice any doubling or other unusual features, you might have a rare error coin. Coins that are uncirculated or in near mint condition are the most valuable. If your penny looks brand new, it could be worth a lot more than a worn-down one. To know the true value of your coin, consider getting it professionally graded by a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will give your penny an official grade, which will help determine its market value. So, if you have a 1984 D penny sitting in your collection or hiding in a coin jar somewhere, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Even if it's not a $1 million penny, many of these coins still sell for impressive amounts, hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. The 1984 D Lincoln Penny is proof that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. Who would have thought that a small piece of copper could be worth millions? If you've got one of these pennies or any rare coins, be sure to check them out, get them graded, and maybe even strike it rich. Thanks for watching, coin lovers. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe for more awesome coin content. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you've got any questions about your coins. We'll be talking about the 1995 VDB Lincoln Penny, a coin that has recently been catching attention in the coin collecting world for its skyrocketing value. Could this penny be worth millions of dollars? Let's dive in and find out. So, let's start with a little history. The 1995 VDB Lincoln Penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as signified by the D Mint mark just below the year. This penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series that's been around since 1909. By 1995, the Lincoln penny had already seen multiple design changes, but it was still one of the most widely circulated coins in the US now. 1995 wasn't exactly a standout year for the penny, at least at first glance. The Denver Mint produced over 7 billion of these pennies, so they're not exactly rare, or are they? Well, that's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies have certain characteristics and errors that have driven collectors to place a high premium on them, and we'll get into that in just a minute. So, what makes the 1995 VDB Lincoln Penny potentially worth thousands or even millions of dollars? There are a few factors that drive up the value of these pennies. The main reason? Errors and unique features. One of the most notable errors collectors look for in pennies from this year is known as the double die error, where part of the design appears doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. While the famous double die error is most commonly associated with the 1995 penny from the Philadelphia Mint, some lesser-known error variations have surfaced from the Denver Mint as well. Aside from errors, the coin's condition or grade plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins that are in mint state, MS, condition, meaning they look almost as if they just left the mint, can fetch considerably higher prices. If you've got a 1995 VDB Lincoln Penny in near-perfect condition, you could be looking at a very valuable coin. Coins graded MS65 and above can go for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their exact features. Alright, let's talk about some real numbers. The most expensive 1995 VDB Lincoln Penny ever sold? It went for an astonishing $1.1 million in a high-profile auction. That's right, a penny worth over $1 million. Now, why did this particular coin fetch such a high price? Well, this specific 1995 VDB penny was graded at an MS68 level by PCGS, one of the most reputable coin grading services. That's an incredibly high grade, meaning the coin was in nearly flawless condition. On top of that, this particular coin had an error that made it even more valuable. The combination of its grade, rarity, and error made it a hot item among collectors. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, do I have one of these valuable 1995 VDB pennies? Well, here's how you can check. The first thing to do is check the condition of your penny. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. If it looks clean, shiny, and doesn't have too much wear, you could be in luck. You can also get it professionally graded if you think it's in near-perfect condition. Next, check for any minting errors. Use a magnifying glass or even a microscope if you have one. Look closely at the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. If you see any doubling or irregularities in the letters or numbers, you might have an error coin. Don't forget to check for that D Mint mark just under the year. That signifies it was minted in Denver. Also, check for any anomalies in the mint mark itself. Sometimes a repunched mint mark or other oddities can increase the value. So, you've gone through your collection and found a penny that might be worth something. What now? Where can you sell it? If you've got a truly rare and high-grade penny, auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers could be your best bet. They specialize in rare coins and often attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar. Websites like eBay can also be a good option, but you'll need to be cautious and ensure your coin is properly graded. A professional certification can help you fetch a higher price. Finally, you could take your coin to a professional coin dealer. They can give you an estimate and may even buy it directly from you. In conclusion, while not every 1995 VDB Lincoln Penny is going to make you a millionaire, there are definitely some out there that are worth big bucks. errors, rarity, and condition all play a huge role in determining the value. So, if you have a 1995 D penny tucked away, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video or learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin tips. Drop a comment below if you've found any rare coins in your collection.